I am from How To Taxes. I'm here to help you fill out your Form 1040 for 2020 with line-by-line instructions. This is the front page of the Form 1040. At the top of the form, check the box for your filing status. In this example, you are single, but this video would be helpful for any of the filing statuses. Put your name, address, and social security number on the form. If someone can claim you as a dependent, check the appropriate box under the standard deductions section. Do the same for the age blindness section. If you had a dependent, fill out the requested information. On line 1, put your wages. You can find this information from the Form W-2 that your employer sent you in box 1. In this example, the wages are $49,600. Put those on line 1. On line 2 and 3, put your interest and dividends. This information will be reported to you on Form 1099 from the institution. In this example, you had taxable interest of $100. Put that on line 2B. If you had interest or dividends of over $1,500, you need to fill out Schedule B and attach it to your return. There are a few other examples of when you would have to attach Schedule B, and I have listed them here. On lines 4 and 5, put your IRA distributions and your pensions and annuities. This information would be reported to you on Form 1099-R. In our example, you had 0. On line 6A, put your Social Security benefits from Form SSA 1099. On line 6B, put the taxable portion. You can compute this by completing the Social Security benefits worksheet in the 1040 instructions. On line 7, put your capital gain or loss. An example of this would be if you sold stock. On line 8, put the amount from Schedule 1, line 9. In this example, you had $2,000 of unemployment compensation that was reported to you on Form W-2G. Some other examples of additional income are alimony received, and if you had your own business and had income on Schedule C. Put the $2,000 on line 8, combines lines 1 through 8 to come to total income of $51,700 on line 9. On line 10A, put your adjustments to income from Schedule 1, line 22. In this example, they would be 0, but some common ones would be if you had student loan interest or if you paid alimony. New this year, the IRS is allowing charitable contributions in addition to the standard deduction. The max is $300 for all filing statuses except for married filing separately. The max for that is $150. In this example, it is assumed that you gave $300 or more to a charity. Put $300 on line 10B and carry it to line 10C. If you gave non-cash contributions, you can't include those in the amount on line 10B. Subtract $300 from your total income on line 9 to arrive at adjusted gross income of $51,400 on line 11. On line 12, put the larger of your standard deduction or your itemized deductions. You can find your standard deduction in the box to the left. For a single, it is $12,400. If your itemized deductions are going to exceed your standard deduction, you need to complete Schedule A and attach it to your return. Some of the more common ones are property taxes and mortgage interest. On line 13 is your qualified business income deduction. Services as an employee do not qualify as qualified business income unless you are a statutory employee, and then box 13 would be checked on your Form W-2. In our example, you don't have any, so line 13 would be blank. Add lines 12 and 13 together to arrive at $12,400 on line 14. Subtract that from line 11 to come down to $39,000 for taxable income on line 15. Next, we will calculate your tax from the tax tables beginning on page 66 of the Form 1040 instructions. Since you had taxable income of at least $39,000 but less than $39,050 and you are single, your tax is $4,486. Put that on line 16 of the return. Line 17 will be left blank as you do not have an amount from Schedule 2, line 3. An example of this would be alternate minimum tax. Add lines 16 and 17 together to arrive at $4,486 on line 18. Since you didn't have a child or other dependent, you will not have the child tax credit on line 19. I do have another video that does demonstrate this, and I will put the link at the bottom. On line 20, you will put any credits from Schedule 3, line 7. In this example, you take the education credit. The education credit is calculated on Form 8863. In this example, you are taking the American Opportunity Credit. The maximum credit is up to $2,500. There are some qualifications that have to be met in order to take the American Opportunity Credit, including that it is only available for 4 tax years per eligible student, and that you must be enrolled at least half-time for at least 1 academic period. I am not going to go through the entire Form 8863 line by line, but I am posting it here for your viewing. On page 2 of the Form 8863, fill out the requested information from your Form 1098-T received from your institution. The answer to question 3 under line 22 could differ depending on the specific information on your 1098-T. Carry the non-refundable portion of the credit from line 19, Form 8863, to line 3, Schedule 3. It is $1,500, and carry that down to line 7. Carry that to line 20 of the Form 1040. Add lines 19 and 20 together to arrive at $1,500 on line 21. Subtract that from line 18 to arrive at $2,986 on line 22. Since you don't have any other taxes, including self-employment tax, 23 will be blank, and line 24 will be $2,986. On line 25A, you will put your federal income tax withholding from box 2 of the Form W-2. Note that you'll also have withholding in boxes 4 and 6 on the W-2. These do not go on your return. Since you don't have any withholding from any other forms, lines 25B and C will be blank. Carry the $3,500 over to line 25D. Since you didn't make any estimated payments, line 26 will be blank. On line 27 is the Earned Income Credit. The Earned Income Credit is a credit for lower income taxpayers. For a single with no dependents, you have to make less than $15,820 for 2020 to get the credit. So in this example, it would be 0. Note for the Earned Income Credit that you have to be at least 25 and under age 65. On line 28, it is the additional child tax credit. That again will be blank. On line 29, from your Form 8863, line 8, put $1,000. On line 30, new this year, it's the recovery rebate credit. This credit is for anyone who should have received the recovery rebate during 2020 and did not. Line 31 is from Schedule 3, line 13. This will be blank since you didn't have any other payments. Line 32 will be the total of lines 27 through 31, which is $1,000. And on line 33 is your total payments. This will be $4,500. On line 34, we will calculate your refund. In this example, it is $1,514. And since you will want it refunded to you, put that amount on line 35A. If you want it directly deposited into your bank account, on line 35C, check the type of account that you have, checking or savings. And on line 35B and D, put your routing and account number. If you don't want it directly deposited into your account, cross off lines 35B and D, and the IRS will send you a check directly. Note that there's a box to the left of line 35A referring to Form 8888. You would only check this box if you want your refund deposited into more than one bank account. So usually this would be left blank. Line 36 refers to applying your overpayment to your 21 estimated tax. This would be applicable if you had your own business and you had to pay in estimated taxes. This is not the situation in this example, so this would be left blank. Line 37 is if you owe taxes. Remember to sign, date, and put your occupation at the bottom of the form. Thank you for watching. I am from How To Taxes. Subscribe for future tax videos.